Alright, day 19. We're going to go ahead on the last day. Jill says, I'll leave the closet open in case you want to hide from the noise. 4 says, thanks. Let's see what... Nothing new. Really interesting. Save. Day 19. Okay. I think we're good. Why do I have $12,000? Alright, I guess what? Okay. Son of a bitch. I agree, Rad Shiba. Okay. Well, I learned what that was. Alright. I'm glad I saved before I did that. Let's go to head to work for our Saturday, December 31st. Well, let's see. Gila's in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered. They only agreed to work on New Year's if I went to pick it up myself. Are you alright? I'm scared. Gaby will show up any minute. Relax, everything will be alright. I can assure you of that. Drink something, maybe that will cheer you up. Slurp, slurp. Alright, let's see what we got. Maybe. I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug. Does that work? A hug? A big one. A reward for after everything's said and done. Gotta go. You can do it. Right. Everything's fine. You've been avoiding this for all these years. It's time to face it head on. Everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gaby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay. Hello? Gaby. Come in. Excuse me. Welcome to... Hey. You talk first. No, well... Some days ago, I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister. A what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know. I never opened it. At least not until now. Huh? I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that? Yep. Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back? This is just like your sister. Spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. Lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years not talking to her, she sends me a letter, a fucking letter of all things. And she just says, sorry? Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years? Ugh! Now I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like the time where she gave you chocolate labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day. You were pissed about the lack of a 3. Or that time when you left an unopened beer bottle on the table, she sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it, and you were confused all day long. She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand. She always bragged that she knew me like the back of her hand. If the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, I guess she had all the rights to brag. Maybe she was being sincere, though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejection. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Yep. Thing is, apparently she suffered that since she was 18, but kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Hell if I know. I was angry to learn that she hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait, how did she live so normally then? She had to use a serum. Shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently the serum burns like hell. The shots even left her a nasty mark where she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark? And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. Doctor said she might even have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere, or maybe it was a blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. They don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it alone instead of just dying in her sleep. Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. Eh? Spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I had given a chance to the Research Institute thing back then? And the amount just increased threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're still alive. You're here. I can make amends with you. But I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now. Jill. Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition all these years. She didn't have to face it alone, though, if she only. So, let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we are to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we are to honor her, we'll do it together. Together? Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask though, did she really start to complain about chest pains shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then we thought it was just acid reflux or something. Gods, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then, and part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. And you didn't deserve that. Sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know? We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I shouldn't have been mature. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either. So let's just call all that water under the bridge, shall we? You sure? Of course I am. So how did you find me exactly? Well, have you heard of a message board called Danger/You? I have, yeah. Well, the truth is that I visit it from time to time. And the other day, I read a thread that discussed the bar. The description of the bartender sounded just like you. Are you mad? No, not mad. More like dumbfounded. Hey Jill, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked that fight? Weren't you happy with my sister? Well, back then I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. Went in, pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right then and there. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying that it was the best for me and my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future. And she started talking about marriage. You were gonna get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. It's just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. The thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her. And that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. And it rained down on me that, at that moment, she took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we'd gotten married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was the best for me. But what about my freedom? My say on the matter? So that's where you stopped loving Lenore? No. I never stopped loving her. Which is why it hurts so much, but you have to understand. I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while to put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself, carefully think about what to do next. I can understand. I've sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what led to you two fighting, huh? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. It could have been avoided if I had just kept a cool head and talked about that with her. My sister said something like that. Hmm? I told you she mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her to the end, but instead I kept pushing her. I should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. Should have stopped projecting myself so much onto her. Something like that. Lenore. We are quite the hotheads, you, me, and Sis. You were supposed to be the mature one, you know. Play your role correctly. Heh. But why didn't you come back, Jill? Why did you end up hating us so much? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... I remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window. How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded. But my sister wouldn't have scolded you. But I was terrified. Dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. But I faced her back then, and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I came up with, it will never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know? Now that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak to her ever again. It feels bad because it's stupid. I swear, you and my sis were meant for one another. You both moved on after all that, but neither of you had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. Like I said, berating myself over those past mistakes won't bring her back. I miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Yeah. Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then. So let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? A toast? Yeah. Let me get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry, trust me. Let's make something to toast Gaby with, preferably something sweet. Grab this for a second. Okay. Let me get my drink. Okay. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now, as I give this drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can, at the very least, make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gaby in your absence. I'll make sure Gaby grows into a fine woman, just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Hey! Want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me, say it to her. It's a bit... Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. Sis. Sis, you idiot. Why did you keep that secret for so long? Idiot. Idiot. I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough, you idiotic idiot? Nah. Hey Jill, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. Only if you promise the same to me. And promise me we won't fight. I can't do that. Eh? You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later we'll clash on some opinion. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult. Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said, that you'll look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gaby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Chill. Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore, faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers. Cheers. So, about this drink. Can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. We might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. Alright. Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you a beer once as a prank? Oh yeah, that. It was April Fool's. I should have known better than when she offered me apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of all of her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny, and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Yeah, but did you know you got my drink that time? Huh? She gave me a beer, and it turned out to be apple soda. Oh. Did you get back at her? Well, I did hide all the dildos in the house that night, only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. That's in her monologue. As a follow-up, she used that same cucumber in a salad a few days later. Said, so do you like eating me for lunch? Jill, I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all. Hey Gaby, do your parents know you're here? They think I'm at Claire's, actually. Who? Oh, she's my best friend at school. And this Claire knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course, how would she cover for me otherwise? True. You go to her house afterwards? To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Claire doesn't live close by, so... Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough. At least to spend the night. 1 second. Burp. Sure, I'd love to stay with you. Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good. Yep, he opened a second branch last year. So he's looking to expand? I think he got into a partnership with a friend in the Motor District. The guy saw an opportunity after realizing the Motor District has almost no bakeries. Still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, I knew it! I fucking knew you were a lesbian. Mark 1 for daddy. I think he had hit this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old or so. Dad said sis was into girls. The acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet our beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory. Your mom and Lenore never made up, did they? I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society, and in her circle of friends, a lesbian daughter was a no-no. I'm still on my sis's side for that one, though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did because her friends were. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter. That's fucking terrible. How did she react to her death? Dunno. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did? They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since August, I think. Did you two fight? No, she just hasn't shown up. You must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. A bit, but I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you. Huh? I thought there was going to be a party. Huh? I thought there was going to be a party here. It's Alma. Alma, over here. Party? Small New Year's celebration. Want to stay for it? I don't want a kid to burden. Don't worry, you won't. You'll only get cola for the night, though. No alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. Are you in? If you don't mind me. Great. Hey Alma, come here. There's someone I want to introduce you to. And we fade to white. So white. The cursor doesn't go white though. Why doesn't the cursor go white? Switching channels. Oh well. VA-11 Hall A. Cyberpunk Bartender Action? Question mark. Inserted by me. Staff. Writer Fernando Damas. At Iron Clark. Programmer Fernando Damas. Character design and game art Christopher Ortiz at Kiririne51. User interface Christopher Ortiz. Game design Fernando Damas and Christopher Ortiz. Original concept Fernando Damas and Christopher Ortiz. I wonder who the duo who made this game are. Sound by Michael Kelly at Garoad. GA Road Music. Georgia Road Music? I don't know. SFX by IMBA Interactive. Julio Acosta. Additional SFX, freesound.org, soundsnap.com. Quality assurance, copy editing and proof, Cassandra Kwa, Chris Gorhewis, and Brian Queck. Game testing, Cassandra Kwa, Chris Gorhewis, Christopher Ortiz, Andre Ortiz, and Brian Queck. Yisbird Games. Director, Brian Queck. Business Cat, Cassandra Kwa. I know, when I was running my own company, Business Cat was an actual cat. I don't know if Cassandra Kwa was an actual cat. Community Management, Chris Gorhis. Special thanks, Yisbird Games, HIO, Miguel Aguaduelo. Everyone who pre-ordered, you right there. Mom, Dad, family, and friends, thank you for all the support. This is for you. Made in Game Maker Studio by Yo-Yo Games. Prologue version made in RenPy by Python. Dynamic text box engine by Caleb Padron. Published by Yisbird Games. Alright, what ending do we get? What ending? What ending indeed? Did you have fun? I did, actually. Yep, I also got to meet a cat boomer. Why did your boss hug you, though? She's that kind of person. Now let's sleep. You were dozing off back there. You're right. Good night, Jill. Dun dun dun. We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. We will? Thought I was done with the game. At this point, I may just look up stuff. Gracias, Baluchi. Scan lines. I like scan lines. I like real scan lines, not necessarily these fake ones that these games use. But if I only get one, oh well. Friday, February 3rd. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Alright, what do we got? This is good, really good. You have no idea how long I've wanted some curry. Oh, am I at Virgilia's curry stand? I remember I meant to eat some, but then I had to pay for some drinks I spilled on the floor. Screwed up my budget. Yeah, Tim's Curry. It's the least I can do after being such an obnoxious client. Yeah, about that. Mind if I ask something, Mr. Timothy Mercury? So you know? It's a small city. Turns out two very grateful girls soon became regulars, and both of them were related to you. So what's your question, bartender? Call me Jill. Two questions, actually. The first one is, why did they brand you as a traitor? Because you killed the other guy? I don't know. It sounds weird considering the other guy assaulted two little girls. It was a cover-up. The guy was my superior. A high-ranking officer like him assaulting innocent civilians? That would be unthinkable, on paper at least. On record, I hurt the girls and killed him before another unit subdued me. Then I escaped from their custody. In reality, that's all I needed to know. Sorry for bringing that up. Didn't you have another question? Yeah, how did you build this restaurant so fast? It's a small city. Turns out two very grateful girls tracked me down to thank me. One of them was rich and the other noticed I smelled like curry. Those two are really nice girls, huh? They didn't deserve what that bastard did to them. Excuse me. Oh, speaking of the angels. Timmy, 2 special curries, please. Oh, hi, Jill. Okay, we're going back in time. Friday, January 20th. Oh god, I can't believe I'm actually here. The concert will begin any second now. Kia! Wow, I've never seen her so openly excited before. Don't talk too loudly or you'll startle her. Wow! Wow, this is screenshotting. Seeing Stella like that. Jill and Say. Wow, okay. It's always nice to see her so happy. She doesn't give a damn and lets herself go. I like the fact that she's got 4 glow sticks in each hand. It's great. You sure you don't mind? Of course not. That way I won't be the only one with little clue as to what's going on. Is it true that you've served this Kiramiki girl at the bar? As amazing as it sounds. Really nice girl, if a bit oblivious to the risk some people represent. How so? Excuse me. She doesn't mind stalkers and such. Oh. How's your wounds? Arm's doing fine, eyes healing nicely, and I can sleep better at night. Just what transpired inside that bank. It's not important anymore. What's important is that Stella will get me a job after I heal. She will? She's rebuilding a new armor set for me and wants me to be her bodyguard. I'd be paid for something I do anyways, and I'll get to spend more time with her. That's nice. I'd like to spread out and help more people, but it's a nice start. You want to be a vigilante then? Maybe. Yeah! She's coming out! It's her! It's actually her! Look, it started. Are you here, Jill? This song is for you. What? Nice. February 25th. Alright, so we're getting the third ending? Nice. I can't believe you actually made me do that sleepover thing. You didn't have to accept it, you know. Shut up. I'm having a good time. See, even Gabby's having fun. Relax a little bit. Alma and Gaby pigtailing my hair. Nice. Yeah, whatever. You know, Alma, you remind me a bit of my sis. I do? How? You always manage to get a reaction from Jill. Sis always said that Jill acknowledging your presence is the best way to know she likes you. You're talking too much, Gaby. Aww. It's different with you, though. With my sis, Jill was more frustrated. Like this one time where she bought her a shirt that... You're talking too much, little girl. A shirt that what? That had a pic of a cucumber on it. Cucumber? Ow! Just what are you doing with my hair? Sorry, it got stuck in one of my fingers. Seriously. So I'm a little bit like Lenore then? No, you just remind me of her a bit. Moreover, my sister wasn't as, ass. What this girl is trying to say is that with your tits and ass, you could build a Lenore and a half out of the mass. Damn it, Jill. That just means there's enough to share with both of you. Share? You're talking too much, Alma. Alright, Friday, January 15th. Why are we going backwards through time? So yeah, the guy had a fantasy about a woman castrating. God damn it, Dorothy. God damn it. Alright, whatever. So yeah, the guy had a fantasy about a woman castrating him. I tried for an hour to convince him it was a bad idea, and I finally got to him. So he finally moved to the bedroom, and it turns out the guy has a weird implant where his testicles should be... Oh, Jesus. It's basically a removable ball sack. I suppose the guy really liked that fantasy and made sure he could live it out properly. Wow. We got here Dorotquisition. Alright. So we got Dorothy and Anna says, I once saw a guy at the hospital in the emergency room after having been castrated to fulfill a fantasy. I wonder if it's the same guy. I have enough problems with just one, you know. Just one what? With just listening to one of your anecdotes. You told me about the Neo Tijuana thing, and now this. Don't you have a more subdued story? Come on, Joe. You're an adult. You can take that much. Shut up. Well, last time I spoke with my mom, I asked her the story of her daughter. Turns out her name was Anna. Huh. And now you pretend it's a surprise. Quiet you. She fought against nanomachine rejection for most of her life. She even lost a girlfriend she made in the hospital to that same sickness. Apparently, sometime after she got out of treatment, a truck hit her and killed her. But even then, she was amazing. She was. Yeah? Yeah, she kept up her studies while still in the hospital. She was self-taught. She was a self-taught honor student. Not only that, but she also ranked among the top 5 candidates in at least 3 college admission exams. She also played the piano and guitar. Well, being confined to a room does that, I guess. I mean, fully able-bodied people can barely do half that, but she practically accomplished all that by herself. And she also beat nanomachine rejection, a disease that only 2% of humans suffer, and even less survive. It took a trucking truck to take her down. She was great, and to think I'm sort of like her sister. Silly Becky. Honey, did you say something? I did not. Weird. I swear I heard somebody call me Silly Becky. Come again? It's not uncommon for me to hear stuff from far away, and I think I've heard it nearby, but you're the only one nearby that knows my real name, so it was weird. Oh well, as I was saying, the ballsack guy. Sunday, August 27th. Okay, we're jumping ahead in time. I guess this is where we part ways, huh? Sadly, I'm bound to the city. I can only falsify my identity effectively around here. I really want to thank you, Chief, for the second chance you gave me. If we ever cross paths again, Gil, we're leaving for like a week and a half or something. Don't be dramatic. But and you're taking care of my apartment. We will cross paths because I live there. The time you spend setting up a useless farewell could be used asking me things about the place. Like where the switches and valves are. But I already know, they're in that control panel you made. But I like talking about the control panel. I'm proud of it. I really like Dana. Speaking of obsessive likes, Jill, stop calling Armitage. She'll take care of your 4-ball just fine. I'm not worried about him, I'm worried about me. I've never been away from 4 this long, I don't know what I'll do. You'll do just fine. You did pretty well for at least 25 years before finding him. Yes, but we're leaving. Oh yeah, before I forget. I left you a box of condoms on the first drawer of the desk, Gil. You what? You what? Hey, if he wants to bring his new girlfriend or whatever here, I want him to be ready. Oh, but just one condition. If you're going to fuck like rabbits, stay away from my room. I have too many pics of my imyoto there, and I don't want their eyes soiled. Imo who? Little sister. And just say little sister. Yeah, whatever. First stop, Panama. Here you can now save hard data. Loading hard data from the title screen or bar will let you start over from day 1 while keeping your items and money. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you, Sukuban Games. I had fun. Let's go ahead and save in the last slot. Day 1, New Game Plus. Alright. I think I've seen everything. Have I? Let's go back to the main menu and see what we got. Wait. Demo start is new, isn't it? It is. Let's see what that has to offer. Sunday, January 1st. Alright. I'm gonna be right back because I need a fresh drink. I'm a little bit parched from reading. Okay. Alright, so this is New Year's Day with Jill and apparently Anna. Alright. This is because Gabby was staying with us on New Year's Eve night. Hey, 4. Leave Gaby alone. Let her sleep. Happy New Year. I said, Happy New Year. Ahem, I said, ha. I heard you the first time. Then answer the first time, would you? Don't be rude. You trespassed into my house, and I'm the rude one? I didn't trespass, I just showed up here. That's trespassing. Trespassing implies passing. I just appeared here, thus there was no passing. And how exactly do you do that? Oh hey, you're talking to me directly. Don't change the subject. I'm so happy you're not pulling that whole telepath crap. You're the one being a telepath. But I can't read minds. I can read words, however. No, what I meant is that I'm not the one reading thoughts. I'm not... I forget it. Why are you here? I wanted to wish you a Happy New Year. So you were bored? Being bored has nothing to do with me wishing you a happy holidays. But it helps. I won't deny that. Still, you deserve some congratulations, Joe. You closed off an old chapter of your life and grew as a person. That always deserves some cheers. In fact, let's make a toast. Mind if I grab a beer? I do, actually. I don't want to clean a beer off the floor. You don't know if that's what'll happen. Trust me, I know. But the toast. It's the thought that counts. Let's leave it at that. Fine. Sheesh. Oh, hey, kitty. I wonder if 4 can see you. With cats, you never know. He might see me, or he might be seeing an interesting speck of dust. Hey, Joe, let's play a game. What kind of game? Truth or truth? Don't you mean truth or dare? No, dares with me wouldn't be too fun, I'm guessing. We ask questions to each other and we can't lie. And you'll even get your ever so precious dialogue choices. Ain't that nice? I get dialogue choices now? The what now? I'm thinking out loud, don't mind me. Right. Will you keep your word on that? I don't lie. Fine, I'll play with you. Great, you start. These are both good options. How much of your story is true? Say, how much of your story is true? It depends on what you mean by my story. A couple of weeks back, when you first showed up at the bar, showed up the first time at the bar, that whole hospital thing, how much of that was true? How much do you think is true? That's not an answer. I could say all of it, but I could be lying. Truth depends on either facts or trust. And since that question shows a lack of trust, there are only facts left. I believe you have enough facts to form yourself an opinion of what's true. Your lack of trust hurts me, Joe. I really like you. Just ask your question. What will you do after the bar closes? I've been looking into the other bar boss told me about. It's a bit far, but I can manage. Let me rephrase that question a bit. Do you plan on being a bartender the rest of your life? Is this your calling? I don't know. The bar closing is the chance to retake your life, to do whatever you want. Don't you have any dreams to follow? I don't know. Are you okay with that, not knowing? Yes, actually. Oh. My biggest regrets arose from those worries. But I've come to realize that running directionless is worse. What's more, I've been doing fine just managing things one at a time. So that's what I'll do until I know what I want to do. You do know I'm the one hearing you and acting cool. You do know I'm the one hearing you and acting cool amounts to nothing. Whatever. I get to ask something right now, right? Yep. Do you know of anyone else in your state? Do you know of anyone else in your state? So do you have you met anyone else in your state? My state? A ghost. I ain't no ghost. Poltergeist, imp, brat, you know what I mean. Hey. I've met many rarities in my current state. Like this weird thing I keep seeing popping up in my field of view. It flies everywhere and sometimes tries to touch me indecently. But someone like me? No, not yet. Although considering I don't even know why I'm like this. Who knows? I might have met someone already. The closest thing is that brat, I guess, but can't think of anyone, no. You do know dropping vague pronouns like that is annoying, right? I'm just thinking out loud. Don't think too much about it. If you want to think about something, what are your New Year's resolutions? I have none. That can't be right. Everyone has New Year's resolutions. It's the only thing that reminds people that they wanted to be better. Even if they don't do any of the stuff they say they will. But it's the wish, the intention that counts. Yep, can't think of any. Lose weight? I'm fine. Quit smoking? Hell no. Speak more with your parents? I'm good. Make this cat lose weight? That sounds like a good goal. I wholeheartedly disagree. Oh? Crap. Did you just... I did nothing. You just pretended your cat talked. Did not. You did. Quiet. Well, you're yawning. I sure as hell ain't boring, so it must be because of the hour. I'll let you be, for now. Hey, Anna. You have a happy new year, too. If you want to bother me, I do get bored in here from time to time. Yeah, that. Call me by my name. On second thought, don't be like that. I'll take your offer and pester you some more later. Hell, I'll do it even if you say nothing. Oh dear. Hey Joe, can you open the door for me? Just disappear like how you came in? Come on, humor me. Fine. There. Thank you. Bye, Joe. Bye, Joe. Take care. Sometime I wonder if this is a sign to stop drinking. Are you drunk now? A bit. Nice. Alright. I'm really glad I played New Game Plus, because missing all that feels like something terrible. Alright. I think we're finally done with VA-11 Hall A, Cyberpunk Bartender Action, The Ballad of a Gay Ghost, version 1.2.3.0. Alright, we're done with Valhalla. I am not sure what I'm going to do next. There are some thoughts in my mind. I think I might have mentioned them on last stream. Those include Going through 2064 read-only memories, which at the very least seems to be referenced by this game, and I have played about an hour of it before. Maybe. My biggest worry about starting that game is having to read out the lines for a whole bunch of different characters and maybe trying to come up with a lot of wacky voices, more so than what is present in this game. Kentucky Route Zero, which is probably one of my top games of all time. I want to do it. I just feel like if I do it now, 6 months to a year down the road, I will feel like I did it really shittily and probably could have done a better job. So I might put that off for at least a little while. Other options include Environmental Station Alpha, which is a Metroidvania platformer with very little dialogue, so I wouldn't have to speak as much in character trying to do forced voices. So I could maybe provide just more commentary. Maybe see how that goes if I end up doing that. Other options I thought about doing were probably Steins Gate Elite, which has Japanese voice acting, so I feel like I would still need to read out the English dialogue. Or Zero Escape the Nonary games, including 999 and Virtue's Last Reward. At least with those games, they're fully voice acted, and I wouldn't have to do anything but commentary on those. So before the next stream, I will decide, and hopefully we'll have an interesting time with an interesting game. Yeah, I kind of want to keep it to indie games, or at least, well, I don't know that if I picked Steins Gate, that's not necessarily a small game. That's a very, very, very long game. But I don't want to hit any kind of AAA game kind of space, at least for a while yet. So we'll see. In the meantime, I want y'all to take care. I will see you next time, and bye.